These giants lived peacefully, they protected us, but they had no idea what the universe prepared for them. Long before the first human carved symbols onto stone or lit a torch to chase away the night, the earth belonged to deeper rhythms than we can now imagine. Mountains were still restless, oceans still carving their names into the continents, and forests breathed in great expanding waves. It was an era spoken of only in legends, a time when the land was young and unscarred. In those dawn ages lived the giants, the first children of the earth. Standing 50 feet tall, forged in the raw furnace of creation, they strode across the world with footsteps that could shake riverbeds into new paths. Their bodies were massive and muscular, like living monuments. Their skin bore the warm tones of early humanity. Their long hair and heavy beards flowed with the wind like banners of nature itself, and their clothing was stitched from the hides of colossal ancient beasts, forming primitive garments that protected them from the storms of their age. Though immense, the giants were peaceful guardians. They were not born to rule or conquer, but to listen. Listening to the pulse of the earth deep beneath their feet, listening to the sky's distant warnings, listening to the forests when they cried.
Slowly now.
They lived in harmony with the living land. Each sunrise to them was a promise, each mountain peak a friend, each ocean a teacher. Their homeland was a place now lost under sea and myth. Aldderon, the cradle valley of titans, where stone arches rose naturally like gateways crafted by gods, and waterfalls draped cliffs in silver veils. The giants built no cities, for they needed none. They slept beneath the open sky, using mountain ledges as beds and giant firs for warmth. They drank from glacier-fed lakes, and their laughter was said to echo for miles through the highlands. Their community centered around the circle of elders, the oldest among them, who kept memory alive. Stories were sacred, carved not into tablets but into the land itself. A footstep here formed a new spring. A strike of a staff there created a canyon for storms to pass safely through. Humans existed then too, small, fragile, and few. They saw giants as both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Yet the giants protected them silently, guiding herds toward villages, diverting wild predators, and shaping natural barriers to shield early settlements. Humans called them the Tall Ones or Skywalkers. But the giants asked for nothing in return. For thousands of seasons, harmony held, until the Great Darkening. It began with faint tremors, the earth shifting in ways even the giants could not understand. Winds grew violent, clouds blackened unnaturally. Strange fissures opened in the deepest forests. Animals fled from unseen forces. The giants sensed something ancient and malignant awakening from within the mantle itself. According to their law, the earth held not only life, but also shadows of hunger. Primordial forces born from chaos before the world solidified. These shadows slept in the planet's fiery heart, restrained by natural order. But something had disturbed them. A comet, a massive celestial body, was barreling toward Earth. The giants saw it first, streaking across the heavens like a burning spear. They knew what would come if it collided. Oceans rising like walls, forests reduced to ash, air choked with dust for generations. The Earth would survive, but humanity, so young and fragile, would not. The giants gathered in the Valley of Standing Stone. The ground trembled beneath their weight as every giant in existence aligned shoulder to shoulder. They formed a circle so vast it could be seen from mountaintops. The eldest giant, Karun the Earth Hearer, raised his massive arms and spoke with a voice that rolled like thunder.
We are the first children. The land has trusted us. The little ones look at us.
The giants resolved to save the Earth. Their plan was impossible for any mortal race. But they were not mortal. They would march to the highest peak of Aldderon the summit closest to the heavens, and used their combined strength to alter destiny itself. For 7 days and 7 nights they climbed, each step shattering stone and carving new paths. Winds screamed around them, tearing at their furs, but they pressed on. At the summit, the world lay beneath them like a fragile egg. The comet grew larger in the sky, a burning world of ice and fire. The giants stood in a circle, feet rooted like ancient trees. They reached for one another's hands, forming a living ring. Energy surged through them, the strength of mountains, the weight of oceans, the breath of storms. Their voices rose in deep, resonant harmony.
We are the stone. We are.
And the giants, with a final unified cry, pushed. Not with their hands, but with their life force. Raw strength woven into the fabric of the planet's magnetic shield. The air rippled, the mountain trembled, the heavens roared. The comet struck the Earth's shield and split apart. Fiery fragments fell harmlessly into the oceans, sending up pillars of steam. The main body veered off course, returning to the void from which it came. The Earth was saved. But the giants had given everything. Their bodies turned to stone, slowly, peacefully. One by one they froze in the positions they had taken. Arms outstretched, heads lifted toward the stars. They became the stone guardians of the summit, towering statues of sacrifice. For many centuries after, humans told stories.
They were giants, 50 feet high, with muscles like mountains and hair like the wild wind.
But as ages passed, the mountain collapsed, swallowed by shifting plates and rising seas. All physical evidence of the giants vanished. Only the stories remained, carried by the wind, whispered by the forests, remembered in the echoes of the earth. Guardians who once saved the earth, not for glory, but for love.